Well guys, today I want to show you the new way drawing of trend lines. So first of all we go to the highest time frame, and as we see here, you see just a unarmed eyes the price goes up. So what it tells us? It tells us we see higher lows. So I know it's a lot of different ways to draw trend lines. It's the channels and other ways and line of charts. But here, what we see, we just pick up the lowest low and connect with the other higher low compared with the previous one. So this trend it's not actually going to be tested in let's say 3-5 years, so we don't need to draw this line. So we go forward from the second low and we draw second trend line. Sorry. Okay, so here we see again this trend line is also it's not useful for us. So here's our next trend line. What we looking for, just a little bit zoom in, and we just pick up this dot and try to find out the next higher low which is not broken. So here you see whatever we put, it's broken, and we stop here. You see, it's June 2016, and once we picked these two lines and draw our trend line, after this dot, the trend is not broken yet. So here you can see in 2016 how price just tested this line and went up. So what's the next? The next, we are looking for the next trend line. It's a let's say last higher low, and we start to draw our new trend line. So what we see, if we pick up here, now it's broken, here broken. Okay, what about this one? 2017 August. So these two dots, it's perfect trend line for now. And you see December it just tested this line and trying to go up. So I know it's a big picture. So once we have done our work here, we go to the lower time frame. So what we see, yeah, it's okay. You can see how this broke this line and go up, but don't pay attention to such things because you drew your line on bigger time frame, and if you drew your line on bigger time frame, you should focus according that line bigger picture. If you wanted to, let's say, open a trade for months, for several weeks, I don't know. So let's get back to our weekly time frame. So here, just this line, let's say, supports also for weekly time frame. So we go lower daily. What we see here, we pick up again trend line, and we try to draw new trend line. So we start from the next low. So you can say just why you choose these two candles. What about low figures? You can do also another thing. Just what you want to do. It's okay too. But let's say even if we'll go here, you see price is broken, trend is broken, sorry, and let's find out our trend. Okay, so you see after this candle the trend is not broken yet. So even if we will put like this, I would say it would have been better because it just, let's say, two dots, and this is a third test. You see the trend line has some, let's say, feature in order to be confirmed. Most of traders, know just three touches. So let's have a look on this chart. So you see this is the first point, this is the second point, and if the price come to this trend line, let's say, and turn to its direction, having reversal, let's say, that will be its third touch, and by doing that, trend just confirms itself. It's gonna be go on the direction in most probability, let's say. So here we find our, let's say, the recent, I would say, recent trend line, which is not broken. Even if we'll go down, you can get confused. So I would say drawing trend lines consisted of these three time frames. It just give you opportunity to trade in bigger time frames, because once you draw such trend lines on these higher time frames, you have to wait, let's say, at least days to open a trade. But some guys maybe want to open trades earlier and close earlier. So next picture will be, let's say, you can leave last one. Okay, so let's go low time frame. So what we see, by the way, if you noticed, I try to use if I'm going to connect higher lows, I try to use let's say year lows or monthly lows. It works fine, I would say. So here you see another trend which goes up. So this is a, you see, H4, and this is a week, it's a current week. So just easily we can connect these lines. So as you see, price can come to this trend line, touch it, and if it will make reversal, it's gonna go up. Otherwise, if this line will be broken, so next step can be here. Lower H4, how can I say, it's with a lot of false signals. You see, you can draw trend lines on H1 too, but I wouldn't suggest doing that, because just draw your last trend line on H4 and wait for your signal on H1. I think that will be appropriate. So that was an uptrend. So maybe some guys will wish to know more about down. So let's say here's a downturn. Let's have a look on GBP/USD. So here you see, if you cannot see trend line clearly, trend clearly, you can use line chart too. Some guys see more clear with such charts. So here again we pick highest high and try to connect next lower high, which will support our trend. So this dot now is broken, this also broken, this one too, and you see, okay, you see, I know some guys can tell, you can see from first hand this lower highs can be used for trend line. I know, I'm just trying to show and give a reason why I choose this lower highs. So in order to explain how can you ease drawing trend lines, and some traders draw trend lines with no reason, and they don't know why they have to choose these dots or other dots. So next you see, from this point we try to find another one. So this trend line was good until July 2017. So you see, after breaking this line, just went up, let's say 500 points. But another thing, once trend line is broken, just delete it, because it will confuse you. So let's go back lower time frame, and what we see low, higher low. So it's a good point to draw a new line. So here's the deal. You see guys, here's the two higher lows. You can ask why you choose this one, not this one. I would say it's the best one, this. You know why? Because first higher low, it was March 2017, and let's say we don't see the candles after this month, so we just simply put this two dots, and you see second month just tested it and went up, and this line hasn't broken yet. So next step, now we choose this low in order to draw second trend line. So what we see, this one is broken, this one is worked for several months good, and then it's broken. So how about this one too, this one also broken. So how about this one? Okay, so now what we see, if we would have drawn these two lines, the two dots, you can see which month? October. In October, and let's say you could have a good chance to buy GBP/USD. So this one hasn't broken yet, guys. So you need to focus, still going up, still looking for to go long. So let's go to low time frame. And what we see here, well, it's actually close as this trend line, so you can just do not draw, or if you want to draw new trend line, you can do the same thing. So this is the lowest low for this picture. So let's have a look. No, this one is not. This one is good, but it's a little bit too far from the price, so we'll try to find trend line closer to price. So again, we are looking the best point. So here is a good point, because you see price just tested it, even went up for 50 points yesterday, now still. So you see guys, when I am going to draw trend lines, I look for the trend beforehand. What I want to say, if you see price goes up, you don't need to draw lines as a channel. You just connect higher lows, and if you see trend goes down, you just draw lower highs. So then just wait for testing. Some guys maybe can wait for reversal pattern in order to open the trade. Some guys just can use touching. Once price came to the line, buy or sell regarding the trend, regarding the trend line, and put the stop loss, let's say below or above. Again, it's according to the trend, previous uh, higher low or lower high. So I think it's uh, it's all what I want to tell you about trend lines, and what I just observed and come along with trend lines. But it's not only thing you have to pay attention. It's just a line. Again, some fundamentals factors also uh, affect price, as you know. So have a good day guys. Hope my trend video about trend lines will help you somehow to gain more and to cut your losses. So happy new year, by the way. Good luck. Bye.